And here we go. Underway now, and it is Maddox that wins it for the Redbacks. Straight into Wagner's hand. They'll have first bite at the cherry here. This game on Good Friday here at Wally Hagan Stadium.
Good start from Coburn, forcing the turnover.
And they're assessing their options now, Coburn. And Sheldon McIntyre immediately gets the Cougars underway. 3-point shot from him.
Just caught the Redbacks napping there. McIntyre was open. He'll knock those down most of the time.
Yeah, the Mac attack is on target early stages of the first quarter. Here's AJ Mastrovic, and that one's nice. Getting into the game early himself, the star Redback. And we heard Lenko ask the question before. What a great pickup he's been, AJ, for the Redbacks this season. Here he is, that man, Ochidi, not quite. AJ with the rebound off to Wagner. Pass into Neal. Neal puts it up, and that one's no good.
Shot very early in the set there, James. I think the Redbacks will need to get the ball through their hands a little more than that to get a better look.
Here's Harrelson. Driving and scoring, Ty Harrelson.
It's been a problem for most teams that matched on him this year. He can catch and shoot, he can take it off the dribble, and a nice move there.
Yeah, Ty Harrelson been a little bit quiet the last two games. Production's been down, only 14 and 10 points, but has been a provider for his team. He's been averaging about 7 assists a game.
The boy from Illinois there, Dan Maddox, just using his strength and a nice touch off the glass.
Two imports combined for the Cougars. And O'City again, second shot.
A good D there from Maddox there, keeping low, keeping his hands up.
Oh,
and the Redbacks have coughed it up.
Yeah, turnover. O'City, I thought he was going to destroy the basket there.
The man again.
Yeah, the Mac attack again. Why not give it to him? Gets the Cougars out to 8. Redbacks a 4 home side, leading this one early stages. Maddox. The two big guns going at it. Maddox not quite. Two very powerful men. Going to look forward to that matchup, Maddox and Ochidi, throughout the night. And again, the Cougars just cannot miss from out there. It's Grant Davey getting in on the action, taking them to 11, Redbacks 4.
They've started with a hot hand from deep, 3 from 3 early on.
Here's Smith. It's a long 2.
It's a nice move from Biscuit Smith, one of the youngsters that have just come back into the side a couple of years away from the State Basketball League. He's back, and it's great to see him out there for the Perth Redbacks. Yeah,
it takes them to 6. They're trailing the Cougars by 5. We've got just under 9 minutes left in the opening stanza. Ochidi, I should say. Old habits are hard to break.
Ochidi and Maddox have been banging hard early too. Be a great matchup, I think.
Oh yeah, that's going to be one that's going to play a key role in determining the result of this game, you suspect.
Just watch Maddox, boys. I just saw him come off that last defensive play with a bit of a limp, so see how his ankle goes.
Well, here he is now, showing no ill effects there.
That's good work from Maddox, picking up the loose ball and applying the finish.
Ochidi now. McIntyre, will he go for 3 again? Not from out there, he won't. Harrelson, Ochidi is wide open and still just can't quite get in the game.
Good look from Ochidi there.
Yeah,
Maddox
absolutely.
with a hard show, high up on the floor, allowed Ochidi to have that open jumper, and he's a little short.
So, just a little bit cold at the moment, Ochidi, it seems. Certainly on the shooting end of things. It's Blake Smith into Mastrovic. He got sandwich.
A good feed inside there from the Redbacks. They struggled a little last week against Bunbury, getting that ball into that low block, but a good pass from Blake Smith and hard work from Mastrovic. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
AJ, are we claiming AJ as an Australian, or we still consider him to be a New Zealander? Of course, he was born there, but spent a lot of his time, early days, over in Perth. What do you reckon? What's your call, Matt?
I think for contract purposes, the Redbacks will claim him as an Aussie.
Fair enough. And the less said about that, the better, hey?
Moving on, here come the Cougars.
You need to declare your hand, Matt Chechens, by the way. If people at home don't know, you are involved with the Perth Redbacks side.
That's right. My family's been involved with the club for a number of years. I've dabbled my hand in the court announcing business.
One of the best in the business, if not the best. There may be one or two better, but, you know, I can't name them right now.
Here come the Cougars again from downtown. That's 4 from 4 from deep. They are definitely on a hot streak.
And that was Stevie Van Litt lighting it up from downtown. Takes the Cougars to 14. Redbacks are 10. Intriguing contest so far. Here's Maddox. Quick shot away.
And that play's working well for them. They're getting the entry off Blake Smith on the wing and Maddox doing the rest. A nice little kiss off the glass. Good for 2.
McIntyre, Harrelson now. 2-point ball game, 7 minutes, 20 seconds. There's Davey, not quite. And Maddox
it's about time they missed one, I think.
Yeah, that's right. They were due. AJ now trying to get to the post. He's over McIntyre. Was a little short.
Had the mismatch there, the shorter opponent, but just couldn't quite nail the fall-away jumper.
Harrelson faked a 3, eventually went to the basket and...
Offensive foul.
Yeah. So well done by the Redbacks on defense there. Score update, 14 to the home side. The Cougars, 12 to the Redbacks. 6 minutes, 52 seconds left in this first term. And so far, pretty level peggings. Probably what we would have expected coming here tonight with these two highly ranked sides.
You're definitely right. It's been a clean start to the game. Ball getting through the several sets of hands, especially on the Redbacks. Here's Maddox again.
Oh, Maddox surely was never going to take it from out there.
He has got range from deep.
Here's AJ.
Just loses the handle.
Yeah, that was McIntyre, the spoiler. Van Litt again for 3, and oh my goodness.
3 times now they've taken advantage of the Redbacks just getting the mismatches on the defensive end of the floor, and they're making them pay another 3.
Wagner looking to get on the board. Well, he got on the board, but not on the score sheet right there. But it's AJ cleaning up.
And great work from AJ there, crushing the glass hard and getting his reward.
Davey now, the skipper for the Cougars, into Harrelson, threaded the needle. Here's O'City, that's a long 2. Once again, we see O'City's range is a little bit off.
He's settling for the long-range jumper at the moment. Hasn't dropped the last few times. He'd probably want to get a cleaner look inside.
Neal takes it quickly. He needed the glass, but...
I heard a call of glass there from Ryan, so I think that's what he intended.
Just looking around this crowd here, boys, I noticed Andy Stewart, the Lakeside coach, enjoying the game.
He'll be very interested in the Coburn Cougars performance this evening. They've got them next Friday, I believe, James.
They do indeed. Lakeside will be hosting the Cougars. Potentially a top-of-the-table clash.
Could be a barn burner.
You've gone early on the barn burner call.
We've got young Jared Jackson checking into the ball game. Blake Smith checks out. He's done a relatively good job on Ty Harrelson early. Ty had that nice drive to the basket early on the game, but he's been not much of an influence since.
And Damien Scott came on in replace of Harrelson for the Cougars. And there is Scott passing off to McIntyre.
Great work from young Joel Wagner there, finding his feet early, getting under, getting up in his cylinder and drawing the offensive foul. Good work from the youngster.
So second charging call against the Cougars in the last couple of minutes. We got 5:23 left in the first term. It's a 2-point ball game. 19 Cougars, 17 Redbacks. And here he is, Jackson, Neal, Wagner. Wagner fumbled it and eventually fumbled it over the sideline. Still got possession though. Maddox turned O'Chitty around.
Looks to have come down a little hard on his ankle.
Yeah, that's that ankle that Lenko was talking about. He's come up a touch proppy. Keep an eye on that throughout the game. That'll be a big loss if he can't maintain his place out on court.
Especially with the absence of Jesse Wagstaff. I think Maddox is playing a pivotal role early in the season.
All right, now as we see Maddox go to the line. Fill us in on the Wagstaff Goss. When's he joining this club? What's the story? Everyone's waiting to know this.
I think the club would love to have him in as early as we can, but I think he might need a small break after the NBL season. As you know, he had a long-term injury there and took a bit of a hammering in the New Zealand series, but hopefully in the next few weeks we'll see Jesse Wagstaff
very
out on the floor.
cagey. Very cagey. Yes or no? Has he signed?
He has indeed, and he'll definitely be playing a big part in the Redbacks season in 2011.
Beautiful. That's all we're getting out of you at this stage, obviously. McIntyre missed the three down the other end. Neal does
Great
well
stretch
to keep it in. Maddox, there was that threat from range you were talking about, not quite on that occasion. Chain of passes ends up with Ochidi. Back to him now.
So many steps.
And they're coughing it up offensively at the moment, the Cougars.
Ochidi, he's missed a few wide open looks this evening, and the travelling violation there, he's taking a little time to find his feet early in this game.
Stan Ochidi, he's a dual citizen.
Did not know
US and Dutch. Which means he can travel pretty much anywhere in the world. You go to anywhere in Europe, pretty handy.
The geographical knowledge astounds me, James. That's a great move from AJ there, just drawing the foul, the hands foul. The experienced man in Majstovic. Kiss off the glass. We've got our first timeout.
Point is that they've done quite well from downtown so far, the Cougars. AJ to the line just to keep you up to date on results that happened in the SBL last night. Tigers look like they're getting their season back on track. They beat the Wolves 100-88. Spoiled Doug Gates' 250th.
Surprise result, that one.
Yeah, the Lightning, as we mentioned, beat the Senators 109-101. Luke Payne, 34 points, coming off a lazy 38 versus Kalgoorlie the week before.
Well, he's got to pick up the slack. A big loss in Ben Barron with his back injury.
Absolutely.
But interesting to see in that ball game, the first game for the Senators import had a triple-double, 33, 11 and 11 from memory.
Nice effort. And the other game, the Magic, like everyone else, beat the Southwest Slammers 92-76, and
again,
long season for the Slammers.
Well, again, early in that game, I think up to three-quarter time, the Slammers were thereabouts, but then a young team, they just don't know how to close out the game.
All right, back here at Wally Hagan, Redbacks put their nose in front, 24-21. Here's Scott. Hit a brick wall. Ochidi, yes, just a little bit off tonight.
A lot better D there, exactly what Dave Harris wanted. They were a lot better at guarding the screens off the ball there and forcing the bad shot. They've got the turnover. Young Mike Vigor into the ball game for Dan Maddox. I think he's earned his rest. He might go and receive some treatment on that ankle.
And looks like he's going straight down the rooms. He's off monitor. You won't be able to see that at home, but yeah, he's going straight down into the Redback rooms.
Could be a big loss if he does not come back in this ball game, because there are not a lot of big guys, as I said earlier, with Jesse Wagstaff out of the lineup this evening.
Here's Jackson. Jackson tried to do a bit too much there, lost the ball. It's with the Cougars now. Here's Scott.
And good recovery there from JJ. He's knocked the ball away, and now the Cougars have to reset.
Davey Ochidi finally gets on the board.
Wasn't a considerable amount of time, but he's got on the score sheet. Well done to him.
What are you suggesting? I thought you said before the game that you were going to be unbiased tonight. What's going on?
Unbiased can still mean counting to three, James.
That's about one too much for me, pal. I was never very good at maths. That's why I'm calling on the SBL on the internet.
We've got the Sydney King at the line. Joel Wagner getting the call up mid-year in the NBL to go over to the Sydney Kings. It's great to see our local products strutting their stuff out there, especially in a big market like Sydney. Just rolls out on the second.
Pressure was applied, and eventually the Cougars get a foul. I think there were a few Bronx cheers from the Cougars bench there.
A bit of a